All right, peace, 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 family. This is your brother Yosef, and I'm back with another video. Hope everybody's been doing well. Hope everybody's been doing good out there in YouTube land. I've been doing great. You know what I'm saying? I've been good, family. I kind of didn't want to really come back out here and really do a lot of videos until some of the pressure was taken off my channel, because they was trying to take me down. And the day that they actually lifted some of the restrictions, they gave me another one the day after they lifted them. You know what I'm saying? They like, hey, just in case, you think we ain't watching, right? So I want to definitely start this video out with a disclaimer. Please don't take my advice on anything on this channel. Please do your own research before you try anything that I talk about. I'm not responsible for what happens. Please do your own research, family, right? And also, family, I don't give legal advice, and I don't give medical advice. These are just my own opinions. so please be advised, right? So I had to get that out the way. But yeah, family, I'm back, and y'all know I'm always coming with the new information, the good information, and I want to keep coming on here with that type of stuff, right? So let's get right into it. Also, just to put it out there once again, if you guys want to follow me on a weekly basis, I'm almost every day I'm on my Patreon. I'm giving out presentations, information, all kind of stuff like that. Patreon link will be below the video. That's gonna be Bro Yosef on Patreon. And yeah, family, we're gonna get into it, all right? And also, I want to say happy 2023 to everybody that is still here in the land of the living. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy 2023. Let's turn up this year. Let's really, really do it and take it to a whole nother level. Shout out to my TP members out there. TP is still going strong. We got a couple surprises coming up for people this year. We're just going to keep doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep doing it, family. All right? So today, family, I want to talk about the God mirror and the power of Shinto. The God mirror and the power of Shinto. All right? This is a very good topic. And I think that I never really talked on this before, but I did for the first time in the lecture in Atlanta, Master Student Conference 2. I talked on this for the first time. So I'm going to give you guys a basic overall idea of what it is and what's going on. I gave away a little bit extra in that video. If you want that video, go check out mentalalchemy.com. Y'all can buy the lecture on Brother Dreamwise channel. I'm sorry, his website. Mentalalchemy.com. All right. But I wanted to share this with you guys because this is some good information, and I think people just need to understand the ideology and the of what Shinto is, and have a mindset and an idea of what Shinto is, because it's important. It's an important form of spirituality. All right. And I need you guys to understand that. So, one thing I want you guys to understand is that, I always practice, well, let me say this. I always study all forms of spirituality. I'm just going to be honest with you. There's some I have been blessed to study on a deeper level, even though that spiritual information is not put into books. Okay, so there's some information I've been blessed to have access to, even though this information is not put in the books. And I get a lot of that information, and I come down, I put a lot of that information in my YouTube videos, right? So I study so many forms of spirituality and different levels of information. But I don't always practice all of them, right? But because, you can't, it's impossible to practice every single form of spirituality in existence, right? But the few that I do practice, I put into work, right? I teach it to people. But I study all forms, right? I need to study and understand, at least get an understanding of all different forms of spirituality, right? And through my studies, family, I came across a system called Shinto, right? And Shinto is a Japanese system. Some people call it a religion. Some people call it a spiritual system. That is so old. It was there before the Japanese people even started keeping records. This spiritual system was there, and I think until the 1800s, I think it was the country's spiritual religion. It was the country's religion, and all the way up to I think the 1940s, I think it was, or something like that. I can't remember, right? So it was practiced in Japan for many, many, many years, and it's actually practiced in different areas around the world. Also, shout out to the beautiful brother, Shinto brother I met. He just happened to come to the lecture, and I just happened to bring up Shinto, and it's actually one of the things he practiced. And so, shout out to that brother. Me and him been exchanging information and talking on deeper level about it. It's a beautiful thing, right? So so this system and family has been around for a very long time, and it is an indigenous, a Japanese indigenous system. Let's understand that, right? It is a Japanese indigenous system first, okay? And this system family is also what you call animism, right? So I know that Nuwapian Nation, they get into this right now. They're into the animism. They might have always been into it, but I hear a lot of them talking about animism right now, right? So Shinto is that because it deals with nature and it deals with the indigenous way of doing things, okay? And also it deals with the fact that there's a spirit in everything. Everything has a spirit inside of it, right? So that's what that goes into, family. And I'm not going to get focused on animism too much, but that's kind of what it is when we're talking about Shinto, okay? Shinto is very, very powerful, family. Now, the people who practice Shinto, they believe in a very powerful sacred power called Kami, right? Kami is pretty much God in Shinto, right? It is God, but they believe that Kami existed. Everything that you can see and everything that you can't see is Kami. So even you are Kami. You are God, right? They believe these things. They believe that the power of God, this is where they hone their power from. So the power that the Shinto priests have, they call it Kami, the power of Kami. So they believe that they get the power from they get this primordial power from God, from a entity they call Kami, right? Who exists in all things. And really, if you want to break down Kami, Kami is pretty much the supreme being, the supreme universal prime creator is Kami, right? Now, for my Dragon Ball Z fans out there, you know what I'm saying? We know who Kami is, right? That was, that's pretty powerful. And where did Kami exist? At the top of the world, right? It was crazy, right? And Kami was also one of the first teachers, besides Master Roshi. Kami was one of the first teachers of Goku, right? Always got to bring my Dragon Ball Z stuff in there, right? So they get this sacred power called Kami that exists in all things. What does that sound like, family? Think about that for a second. What does that really sound like when you talk about Kami, or a power that exists in all things? It sounds like shamanism. Shamans believe that, all shaman cultures believe that there's a spirit in everything. And they don't give this thing a name, but they just call it a spirit, a lot of cultures. But they believe that a plastic bottle has a spirit inside of it, right? It has its own spirit. They believe a tree, a rock, right? Your table, the light bulb, everything has a spirit in it, right? And they believe that spirit is God, right? But Shinto breaks it down to an entity called Kami, right? So Shinto is a very ancient, powerful science, and is very, very, very old. And I love to study Shinto because Shintoism is one of the most put together shamanistic systems that you can read up on today. It's not a lot of them that share all the knowledge, right? And don't get it wrong, Shinto definitely has some sacred texts and sacred knowledge that you have to be initiated to really understand. But there's a lot of powerful things about Shinto that people can get into and study, right? That's very powerful, right? Now, to go into the God Mirror, family, one of the most famous tools in Shinto is something called the God Mirror. Okay? This is very powerful. I want y'all to pay attention. It's very powerful. And when I read it, it's fascinated me, right? So the God Mirror is two things. It is the place where you come to see God, right? But it's also the place where you would go, that they would use a specific type of mirror to communicate with the goddess Amaterasu. The goddess Amaterasu is a Japanese goddess of the sun, okay, who actually told them what to use to communicate with her, like a telephone, okay? Now, I didn't make this up. This is what they're saying. Their culture is saying this, right? So it's very powerful, family, right? So a regular mirror would be used in a lot of the shrines in the temples. You will see these circular mirrors, like small, not too big, like probably about this big, circular mirrors, maybe 4 or 5 inches wide, that will be at the different shrines in the Shinto, right? Now, on a deeper level, if you want to get really down and dirty with it, what they would do, the next level up, is to get you a bronze mirror. And what you would do is now I do have one here, right? This is a very old one. I bought this one on purpose like this. This is extremely old, this mirror right here. And what they would have is some type of structure that would sit like this, and they would just put the mirror right on it. And you would come every day and you would look into the mirror. Now this needs to be polished, right? This is old. I haven't used this exact one. I have a big one that I showed at the lecture in Atlanta. I showed a picture of myself holding one. I have a really big one that I use when I feel like using it, right? To communicate. So you can communicate with the goddess Amaterasu through a bronze mirror, right? The goddess of the sun. And it's a certain way you could do that. I gave that in the lecture as well, but a certain way you can do that. So they believe that these bronze mirrors, right, once you polish them, make them real shiny, you can look at them and communicate with God, right? Communicate with God, right? Which is very powerful and very true as well, right? If you have your consciousness adjusted and shifted to the level where you can do those types of things, right? So you can use a regular mirror once again, right? And in Shinto, this regular mirror will be called the God mirror. And the God mirror will also allow you, in some rituals, you can take the mirror around your house to see if there is ghosts in your house. That's what they would do. So some of the Shinto priests, if they want to bless your home, they can actually look around the house with the actual mirror and see if you have spirits in your house, right? Also, the mirror could be used to communicate with your ancestors, okay? You will be able to actually communicate with your ancestors doing this. And what you can do if you choose to do it, like I say, I don't give advice, but if you choose to do it, right, you can actually take a mirror and put it on your ancestor altar, if you choose, and it becomes like a portal or a gateway, okay? And on the night of a full moon, you will light the white candle on your altar, and you will be able to talk to your ancestors. You can pray for your ancestors, burn ancestor money, right? And what you can do is you can actually talk through the mirror. And if you really want to get funky and take it to the next level, you can take a little bit of holy moon oil. I did a whole video about that. Y'all can go back and watch that yourself, the holy moon oil video. And you can take some of the holy moon oil and put a dab of it on the mirror. And you can talk to your ancestors. Now, everybody ain't down with that. Some people scared. I understand, right? I understand. But this is a level of magic that people can do. You know what I'm saying? I know before I told you guys I'm not going to talk about mirror stuff no more, but it's 2023. I've decided I don't care. I'm going to say whatever I want to say. You know what I'm saying? I had somebody on the channel one time was telling me they don't like it when I call women females. And I've come to the point now where I'm like, I must say, I've never disrespected a woman on my channel ever. That's not something that I do. I have a wife and a daughter who I adore. And if my wife don't got a problem with me saying the word female, why should I worry about another woman not liking the fact that I say the word female? So I'm going to say what I say on this channel. If a person don't like it, they ain't got to watch the video. You know what I'm saying? So it's 2023, baby. Brother Yosef just going to let loose. I'm going to give out this knowledge, and I'm not going to be worried about how I say it, because I think I talk to y'all respectfully in a good way. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, right? But you guys can take that mirror, put a little dab of holy moon oil. If you don't got it, you don't need it, right? The holy moon oil really just turns it up. And you can actually put it down on the mirror and then put it down on your forehead, and you can communicate with your ancestors. Okay? You can pray for your ancestors. And also that will open the portal. Now, it's also, like I said, it's a way to communicate with God as well. So you can use it to pray, right? You can pray into the mirror, right? And you can do all types of things. So you can put the mirror as well in your deity altar, and you can pray. You can pray, right? Now, if you want to take it to a next level, you can make a shrine for the goddess Amaterasu. And this actually what this was actually created for. This was actually created as a bronze mirror. This is really old. I've never used this one. I need to polish it and clean it up, right? And when I do, I will be able to actually look into the bronze area here in the middle and actually say certain mantras or words of power and actually communicate with the goddess Amaterasu. So very, very powerful. Now on a higher level, dealing with the sun, some people use gold mirrors. Okay, that's another level. That's a whole another level. People use gold mirrors to communicate with the deities and communicate with solar beings, right? But strictly the goddess Amaterasu gave out and said, if you want to talk to her, get a bronze mirror, right? So you can get these on, I think Etsy. Etsy has these, right? I think eBay has a few of them, and they don't. Some of them get really expensive, right? The more original, the older the version of the bronze mirror, the more, believe it or not, people pay a lot of money for these. So I've seen some of these go as high as $2,000 for a bronze mirror. The small ones like this, they got ones that like double the size. I've been blessed to only pay. I think I might have paid $80 for this one, right? And I think the other one I paid like $200, $250 for it. Then I've seen other ones just like mine, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 800, 900, all the way to $1,000. So this is another thing that you can use, family, to communicate. If you want to create a shrine to the goddess Amaterasu. And what it will allow to do in your home is to allow you to have this solar energy in your home. If you create a shrine for that, for the goddess Amaterasu. Okay? So Shinto in itself, family, is a very, very powerful, very powerful and ancient practice. And let me see here. I had a book that I could give you guys. That was a Shinto book. But you know, I'm still looking for books, y'all. I'm still looking for books while I'm down here, right? Here it is. It's crazy because I think I gave this away on Brother Rich show one time. When somebody was asking about, it was either my live stream or it was Brother Rich show, when somebody was asking about some stuff to read about Japan. And here's a really good book if you guys want to read more on it. It's called Occult Japan, right? And it says here, Shinto, Shamanism, and the Way of the Gods. Shinto, Shamanism, and the Way of the Gods. Percival Lowell is the author. Percival Lowell is the author. This is a good one, y'all. This is a really good book. I haven't even finished it, to be honest with you, but I'm about 80% through this book, and I can tell you right now, it's a really, really interesting book if you want to learn about the history and also some of the practices, you know, the philosophy, you know, of Shinto. Beautiful book. Pretty thick too, you know. And this is a really good book, family. Really good book. I'm not even gonna say nothing about what's in it, but it's really good. And if you guys want a more understanding about this, you can read this book right here. I had this book for a while, and it's dope, family. All right, so that's what it is. Y'all should study Shinto. Get into the energy of it and learn how to use the power. You know, because I really want people to get out of the mind state that, you know, we black and we ain't supposed to be studying all other stuff. We gotta get out of that, you know, because everything belongs to Africa. Just as facts. If you study Shinto, and they talk about it in this book too, you know what I'm saying? If you want to study Shinto old enough, it goes back to Africa. The system itself. So, but one thing I love about Shinto, it seems like it almost seems like there's a certain level, extraterrestrial level to it. Like it's like an out of this world type of shamanism. I study many forms of shamanism, right? Shinto is probably one of my favorite types of shamanism to study. The Shinto. It's just a peaceful. It just fits me, right? It's beautiful, right? And we got to get to that mind state where it's Chinese or it's European or it's it's some other thing and we don't study. No, that's not us. No, if you want real information and real knowledge, you want to raise your level of knowledge when it comes to metaphysics, you got to study everything because the knowledge is scattered, family. It ain't just in Africa no more. It's all over the planet. So you have to pick up different systems and study them all so you can understand what it is. All right. This is Brother Yosef. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope I gave you guys something to think about, so you guys and you guys can pick these up on Etsy like I was talking about. Hope I gave you guys something to think about, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, right? And once again, if you want to follow me even more, you can follow me on my Patreon. You can also email me if you want consultations. I'm doing them every week, almost every day, and I'm catching up to everybody. You can email me at newlifetools@gmail.com. For people trying to hit me up on Facebook, I don't really be on Facebook like that. I'm more of an Instagram type of guy. I don't do TikTok. Maybe I'll do TikTok in the future. I don't know. I'm more of an Instagram type of guy. Keep to myself. You know what I mean? So if you want to hit me up on New Life Tools or hit me up in Patreon. All right? It's Brother Yosef. I love y'all, and I will holler at y'all in the next video. Peace, family.